Smoke, a tribe up, tribe up. Welcome to the House of Cons. I'm Blackjack. Do me a favor, hit that like, subscribe, share the video. We popping off one more time. Hey, salute the Naga Top 6 in the house. Salute tribe up. Then we got another good show line up. Never had a white master. Salute. Never had a white master. Somebody said, Blackjack, what kind of title is that?
You big dummy.
Hey, what kind of title is it? Exactly what I said. Never had a white master. Old Breeze in the house. Tribe up. Salute.
Boom shakalaka.
You know, I'm the type of guy, I usually take things one thing at a time. I'm old fashioned, man. I'm one thing at a time type of naga. That's how I approach a lot of things in life. You know, I just take it one thing at a time. You know, I don't try to do everything all at once. That's just confusion and chaos. I ain't into all that confusion and chaos. So I just do things one thing at a time. And it's ingrained in my way of thinking. Even when I think about stuff, I think about it one thing at a time. Title of this show, hey, never had a white mouse. So we looking at the thumbnail. Y'all see what it is. We got the Naga on the front. And in the backdrop, we got one of them old pesky rolls. What kind of roll? The dog's roll? No.
Sit your $5 ass down before I make change.
Oh, not a dog's roll. Salute. A military war roll. A prisoner roll. You know, we've been going across these the last couple of episodes. We've been chilling in Indian territory. We've been doing all kind of stuff. But we back on these rolls one more time. I got some more y'all ain't seen. Like the one in the backdrop with some details. It says, father, mother, and child never had a white master. One of the most important and influential characters among the Indian Negroes. Salute. Salute. Bravo. Said never had a white master. That's important. You know, somebody say, well, what you mean, Blackjack? Why is that important? Why is it important never had a white master? Because it's a slap in the face to the lies that you've been told about history. It's a direct contradiction to what they've been telling. They say, oh, you was a freedman. You escaped from the white slave master. You was from Africa. You was African slave, escaped, and you joined the Indians. It's a direct contradiction. Never had a white master. Try it again. Explain this Negro Indian that never had a white master. Then they always telling you, yeah, you know, y'all just mix. You know, you mix with the red man. You know, if you is on the road because you mix. Try again. Never had a white master in the whole family. Father, mother, and children are Negro. Father, mother, and children, Negro Indians. Try again, not mixed. This is how you explain the Negro being the Indian. You say he's either mixed or you say he's an African slave that escaped the white master. And in this case, you're wrong both times. Explain the Negro, he is not an African. I take things one thing at a time for a reason. We're going to dig into this record some more. Salute. And we got a few more we're going to look at besides this one. But yeah, it's a direct contradiction to everything you've been told. Yeah, you was escaped slave. Yeah, you mixed in and intermarried. It's so easily to uncover a lie because all you got to do is take your time, one thing at a time. We escaped the white master. Wait a minute. This family has no white master ever. You was intermixed. Well, the whole family Negro, no mixture. Come again. Barnes Flat Power God in the house. And I'm going to repeat myself because I want to make sure nobody ain't missed the point. But we're going to move on to the hijack. And I'm going to explain exactly what I mean. Wikipedia's explanations of you Negroes. Black Indians in the United States. You Negroes that don't even look like Africans. Black Indians are Native American people defined. Who defined it? Who defined it? We're going to take this one thing at a time. Defined as Native Americans due to being affiliated with Native American communities and being culturally Native American, who also have significant African heritage. See? Says who? Says who? Black Indians, American Indians with African ancestry. That can't be true. Like I said, it can't be true because right here we're looking at this census roll, this war roll, where it shows the whole family is Negro. A whole family of Negroes on the Indian roll, not mixed with anybody, never had a white master. It's contradicting from what Wikipedia is telling us. It's a contradiction. It says you have significant African American heritage. Wait a minute, how could you have significant African American heritage when it wasn't even a thing? What is African American heritage? It says culturally Native American who also have significant, they didn't even say African heritage. It said African American heritage. What is that? It say historically certain Native American tribes have had close relations with African Americans, especially in regions where slavery was prevalent or where free people of color have historically resided. So, see, one thing at a time. They say historically, Native American tribes have had close relations with African Americans, especially in regions where there was either slavery was prevalent or where it was the free nigglets. Y'all catch that? They said it was. They said the Native Americans had close relations with you nigglets. They talking about the red man. They said the red man had close relations with you nigglets, where there was slavery or where there was free nigglets. So that included all nigglets. So if you wasn't free, you was a slave, right? So they saying the Native Americans was everywhere around the nigglets, around slavery and around the free nigglets, right? Well, y'all historically. But let's pause to ask yourself, where the free nigglets came from? They brought their own ship from Africa somehow? Where is their ship? Do they speak African languages and culture? Nope. The free nigglets have their own thing, right? It's not adding up. Free nigglets never had a white master. Members of the 5 civilized tribes participated in holding enslaved African Americans. Wait a minute. Enslaved African Americans? I thought it was enslaved Africans. See, you see what the flaws in this is why I take things one thing at a time. There's no such thing as African American. And participated in holding enslaved Africans. Okay, where did they get their Africans from? Did they go to Africa and get them? Did they buy them from the colonizers who supposed to have been their enemies? Or is it like they saying? Is it like they saying the African slave escaped the colonizers and went with the Native Americans? Well, then, if that's the case, when the Trail of Tears came, why didn't the white man take the so-called African slaves back into custody and then make 50 all red man towns in Oklahoma?
You big dummy.
It say formerly enslaved people migrated with them to the west on the Trail of Tears in 1830, right? In the period of Indian removal. Wait a minute, this says Indian removal. So if they were Africans, why would you remove Africans? This is Indian removal. They couldn't have been Africans. They wouldn't have, if they was African, they wouldn't have right to shit. They definitely wouldn't have right to go to Indian territory, and definitely wouldn't have right to have 50 all niglet towns in Indian territory before Oklahoma became a state. If they were slaves, they would have been simply put back in the shackles and in the cotton fields with the rest of the nigglets. After all, the colonizer ain't gonna say we caught you just to we caught you nigglets just to send you away with the Indians to Indian territory. No, why even catch the nigglets? If they were slaves, you would catch them to return to slave. That's like you was a prisoner and you broke out of prison, and the sheriff catch you, just say, okay, we caught you. We ain't take you back to jail, back to slavery. We're gonna just let you go on over here to Indian territory. Don't make sense, right? These are lies. These Negroes is Indians. Think about what's the simplest answer. All this complicated stuff they making up. You was an escaped slave. Somehow you blended with the Indians. The white man said, you know what? We're gonna let you stay with them. That don't make sense. What makes sense is you was just an Indian. And that's why you was not an African American. You was a Negro Indian. You was a pure American, and that's why you ended up on the Trail of Tears in the Indian removal. That's why. It's not because you was some kind of slave, not because you mixed with somebody. So now when we see how they hijack and try to explain you, then they want to call you freedman. They want to make up all this stuff for you and call you African American, or say you mix somehow. It's easily disproven, and that's why we're doing live streams like this one. Kidnapping of free people of color. Where? From Africa? Okay, this how they got the African slaves. I knew that Kunta Kinte was true. Shaka Zulu, where it go? I better see Shaka Zulu up there. Why students may know about the Underground Railroad, which moved enslaved persons north to freedom, they may know less about the reverse movement of free Negroes, not free African American. Let's call it like the records called it back then, free Negroes. In the North, who were moved south and forced into slavery. See, you were never came from Africa. You were free. Free Negroes, not free African. The reverse movement of free Negroes, not free African Americans. Free so-called black. Free Negro Indians in the North. You already free. You were here. Who were moved south and forced into slavery. Last week we shared the documents behind 12 Years a Slave, the story of Solomon phoniness. I didn't even know they was gonna have all this here because I ain't even read the whole thing. I just read the first beginning part, because we just need to take it one thing at a time and understand what's necessary, and forget about all this kidnapped Africans and all this stuff. You were a free American. Take the African out. The nature of this crime makes it impossible to know how many free Americans were kidnapped. Free Negro Indians, free American Negroes were kidnapped and enslaved. Many of the kidnapped Americans were sold down the river, and unlike Solomon Northup, no one heard from them again. Today we share a document from the Center for Legislature Archives and the National Archives that illustrates the devastating problem of pre-Civil War kidnapping of free Negroes. Free Negroes. And once again, you never had a white master. You could not have come from Africa. This is just one more document. The number of free Negroes, not African Americans, free Negroes. There's no such thing as a free African American. That's not even a thing. In the North increased after the American Revolution. Here's a letter from a Quaker, Elisha Tyson, to Representative McKim regarding the kidnapping of free people of color. See, they didn't call you African American because the letter don't say African American nowhere. The letter say free people of color, or probably even say free Negroes. They said they always talking about and the ability of some slaves to buy their own freedom. That's another way they try to explain. You bought your own freedom. Well, if you bought your own freedom, you was making money. Was you really what you describe as a slave? I thought slavery was free labor. How would a slave buy his own freedom unless he was employed and he was buying his contract? These free Negroes were easy prey for kidnappers who, under the guise of the 1793 Fugitive Slave Act, kidnapped and sold them into slavery. Some slave catchers did not take the time to ensure that the identity of the person they captured matched the ones they were legally allowed to seize. Yeah, they weren't allowed to seize nobody. It wasn't nobody running around America named Kunta. Once kidnapped, it was nearly impossible for a free Negro Indian, to regain his freedom. Kidnappers often destroyed freedom papers. In the rare instance that a case made it to court with papers intact, the judges could dismiss them as forged. Also, the kidnapped person's families or friends could rarely testify on their behalf, as most courts did not allow the testimony of free Negroes, and white witnesses would refuse to testify altogether to avoid retribution from their neighbors. In fact, many whites did not pay much attention to the problem at all, because although they would never own slaves themselves, they still carried racist attitudes towards free Negroes. White abolitionists witnessed the problem and worked to address it. In 1811, Elisha Tyson met with Representative Alexander McKim to explain the kidnapping problem. See, it's legislature. Here's even more proof. Anybody want to say, well, y'all okay for Africa? Pull out the legislature on them, man. So you fool. They was kidnapping free nigglets running around here, you dummy. This is why I be disrespecting people calling them a dummy when they be challenging me, because I get pissed off sometimes. Tyson was a Quaker from Maryland who was well known in Baltimore for his efforts to protect free Negroes and free Negro Indians and to end slavery. Tyson followed up with this letter, which provides the details on several kidnapping cases that were known to Tyson. He hoped to convince McKim that federal legislation was necessary to address the problem. He said, man, we got to get this. He said, this is going on so much. He said, they kidnapping these free Negro Indians, calling them Africans, putting them into slavery. He said, we got to get the feds involved. Federal legislation was necessary to address this problem. Congress did not act, and kidnapping like that of Solomon Northup continued. Solomon Northup, indigenous Negro. As your students read the letter or the transcript, ask them to gather information about the facts of these cases and the scope of the problem. How were these people abducted? Is there a pattern? How are they able to regain their freedom? What factors make it difficult to trace kidnapped people? The letter does not explain who the writer is or who he was writing it to. Alright. Thoughts of kidnap, 3 thoughts on kidnap. See, people got something to say. A lot of people don't know about this. Thank you for an excellent post. I will add it good. Okay, people got some stuff they got to say. But this is a good post on the National Archives education update. Salute educational material, a real source. But from that thumbnail that we looking at, another what do you know? Another war record with some captured Negroes on it, and he got it's actually one of the same ones we kind of looked at, but it's more details here. It's the registry of Negro prisoners captured by the troops commanded by Major General Thomas S. Jessup. Remember, we was looking at the Negroes captured by Jessup yesterday, but the roll didn't have some of these details, so we're going to look at this. And owned by Indians or who claim to be free. Look at that. Look. See, they got to have it both ways. Remember, they just told you, they had close relations with the Indians, whether they was in slavery or whether it was free people of color. Remember, they told us that on Wikipedia.
You big dummy.
They're trying to say that again. And owned by Indians or who claim to be free. They want to give it to you both ways. You can't straddle the fence with them. You damn if you do, you damn if you don't. And then you say, if I was free, see, you was free. They made you a slave. They got you both ways here. Tribe of Jacob. Let's start off with that right there, man. Let's start. Nagatalk. Tell them what time it is, Nagatalk. See, we talking about the seed of Jacob. They started to hold this off with Jacob. They know who you is. And stop playing games. Y'all think this is some kind of coinky dink if you want to. The tribe or town or owner. Look, that's it. I'm gonna say, see, your owner is your tribe. Look at that now. See, They got you thinking because you a Negro on the road, you somehow a slave. But look what owner also says: tribe, town, or owner. Yeah, your tribe own you. Your daddy own you. Jacob, male, tuna hiker, wounded in the right knee. They had to shoot Jacob in the knee. Jacob was causing hell, of course. They got Raina. Y'all remember Raina? Female, Mikapatoka, Venus, Claudia, wife and children to Jacob. Claudia died May 27, 1837. Claudia, Jane, mother to Raina and Polly. This is family. Billy, mother and son. Chloe, Sarah, Dennis, sister to Jacob, mother and children. Pompey, Dolly, and Scylla, husband and wife, mother and children. Tom, Bela, Hagar. Biblical names. Daughter to Pompey and Dolly, mother. This is a whole tribe. This is a tribe. These are not slaves and slave owners. This is a tribe. Grandmother to Jacob. They even took grandmother in for slavery. Damn, Rose. Harriet Bowlegs. Sold by Mr. Forrester of 6 Mile Creek to Bowlegs several years since Juba, cousin to Jacob. Juba, like Judah. Jacob's uncle, wife, mother, and children. Phoebe, Argus, mother and children, mother and child. Said to be the property. Said to be. Ain't nobody property. Talking about said to be the property. See, this what I mean, man. Said to be ain't facts. That's just what some fool talking about. Mother and children raised with the Indians. Yeah, because they is Indians. Idiot. Daughter, Tina, and mother and children. Father, mother, and children. Never had a white master. See, how they raised with the Indians. Never had a white master. How did they escape slavery? Hey, we call BS News Podcast in the house. Enoch 0407 in the house. Monog in the house. Tribe up, salute. Boom shakalaka. So how you was an escaped African slave that joined the Indians? Or how did you mix with the so-called Native American red man? If the father, mother, and children was Negroes and they never had a white master, nobody's mixed. They all Negroes. Father, mother, and children. Nobody mixed. They didn't mix with anybody. And they wasn't an escaped slave from Africa. Never had a white master. Never ever. And they one of the most important, damn chief and influential characters among the Indian Negroes. Husband, wife, and children. The commander of the Negro force, or the Utlakuchi, on the Utlakuchi, the chief counselor among the Negroes, and the most important character. Eno, Joseph, Yosef, my naga, 12 tribes, my naga. I'll play with this. Y'all play with it if you want to, man. Play with it if you want to. 12 tribes, my naga. Most intrepid and hostile warriors. Who this is? Jacob, damn. Another Jacob, see? Most intrepid and hostile of the warriors, naga. Jacob, naga. Jacob and Monday. Jacob and Monday on your ass. Talking about Nelly Factor is an Indian. The best guide in the nation. Hostile. Either qualified to take the lead in an insurrection. They say either one of these three niggas. Age 24, 25, and 32. Prince, Tony, and Toby. They say either one of these three Negroes right here will take the lead in the insurrection. Abram claims. They talking about claims to be free. See, when you tell them something now, all of a sudden it's a claim. But anytime, who's to say you ain't claim they from Africa? You talking about claiming they from Africa, claiming they African American. And he talking about, well, y'all claim to be free. Bitch, they were free. Nigga named Abram. Goof ass. Talking about claims to be free. I can just say, just how you talking about claims to be free, all that claims to be African Americans, goof ass son of a bitch. I can't stand these people. The principal Negro chief supposed to be friendly to the whites. They talking about supposed to be friendly. They know it's a setup.
You big dummy.
Yeah, white man, come on.
Boom shakalaka!
Hey, look how suspicious they is of these people, man. They talking about supposed to be friendly to the white. Hey, these people, see, this how you know, man. To the whites. This how you know it wasn't no red man for real. It was niggas and crackers. Cause look, they always talking about to the whites and to the pale face. Come on, man. It wasn't no damn red man. This is some black and white shit. This was some nigga whitey shit. All since 1492. Y'all think this shit a game? Supposed to be friendly to the whites. Said to be a good Indian soldier and an intrepid leader. He is the most cunning and intelligent Negro we have here. He is married to the widow of the former chief of the nation, Tony Barnett. Becky. What the fuck? Who the fuck is this Becky bitch?
Yatch.
See, we always got an O.J. Simpson ass nigga want to try to bring a Becky around. See, that's how they whitewash us now. Niggas always want to bring Becky up in this bitch. Next thing you know, we got white Indians running around, friendly Indians for real. And then next thing you know, we the ones getting chained up. Talking about, nah, you niggas from Africa. See, y'all be wanting everybody to be, y'all want everybody to be black. See, she black like us. Bitch, I ain't black. This is how this shit went down. I can see how it went down yesterday when I see how you niggas act today. I ain't talking about my cons. I'm just talking. I'm talking about in general, the tribe out here. Everybody black, huh? This is how they got us in the root. Anybody, we let a Becky up in that bitch. That is not an indigenous name.
You big dummy.
Boom shakalaka!
Let a damn Becky up in the tribe, man. I don't even trust Mary Ann. This ain't no Gilligan's Island. This ain't no Skipper in the Mary Ann. What the hell? And they ain't got nothing by their name. Who the hell is this? But the crazy thing is, these is Negroes though. I'm talking shit. I'm cracking jokes. But this whole list is Negroes really. Y'all don't take everything I say hard or serious. In addition to the above 93 Negroes, the property of citizens. But I don't know though, man. I don't know, man. I don't know. Becky, man. Man, she better not be compared for white, man. I'm looking at you niggas sideways. This better not be no racial dollars off looking ass Becky. I'm just saying, man. Everybody talking, man. Y'all niggas want everybody to join the tribe. The property of citizens were taken. And by the troops. Taken by the troops. See, so you gotta look up the war. You want to find the real Indian rolls? It ain't the Dawes roll. It's not the Dawes roll.
Sit your $5 ass down before I make change.
People paid $5 to get on the Dawes roll. The real roll, your ass couldn't pay to get on that shit. Your ass had to get captured to get on the real roll. And sent to slavery, nickel. Oh, we got more proof. The Sarasota or Runaway Negro Plantations, Tampa Bay's first black community, 1812. You know, Florida didn't officially become a state in the United States to 1821, but you Negroes had Sarasota and Tampa before then, in 1812. You Negroes been here. The Sarasota or Runaway Nigger Plantation, Tampa Bay's first Naga community. How they know that's the first? They just found out about that one. They don't know what we've been doing. How they know what? How we know what y'all got up under these lakes and shit? Y'all done flooded out and put dams up, burying Naga towns up underwater and shit. April 1822, a resident of St. Augustine penned a lengthy account of recent events in the new territory of Florida. See, they were like, no, we ain't been here but a year. For the readers of the Boston newspaper. In so doing, he hinted at an intriguing tale of enterprise, courage, and tragedy which occurred in the Tampa Bay area early in the 19th century. That tale, still largely unreported and almost forgotten, involved hundreds of niggers. Hundreds of black men, women, and children who yearned for the freedom afforded them by the relatively uninhabited lower Gulf Coast. Uninhabited. We was there. How is uninhabited when we was there? It also included southern slaveholders anxious for the enslavement of those free blacks, and it featured bands of Coweta Creek Indians. See, desirous of the rewards that the favor those slaveholders could provide. You know, the fake Indians. You Negroes was the real Creeks. The St. Augustine resident Charles Vignos wrote in 1822. The Indians and Negroes have been lately so connected with events in Florida that a few observations, so far as they have been concerned, may perhaps be not unnecessary. The latter wars made by the Indians upon the United States having see they put the blanket term, the Negroes is the Indians. Let's start again. The Indians and Negroes. The Negro Indian have been lately so connected with the events in Florida that a few observations, so far as they have been concerned, may perhaps be not unnecessary. The latter wars made by the Indians upon the United States having compelled the government to coercive measures, ending in the total defeat of Creeks, Choctaws, Alabamas, and other hostile nations. Many of the chiefs, most prominent in their depredations, fled away and traversing the similar nation, settled themselves about Tampa Bay, Charlotte Harbor, and their waters. See, in Tampa, see, now I remember how we started, man. Tampa's first Naga community. You the Indian Naga. I keep telling you ain't no damn African. These people got our people so effed up, man. It's sad for real, man. Cause you like this is obvious in people's face, and they'll still say, "Well, we was some kind of African first." They still don't get it. The remnant of the black and colored people. They said Naga was a remnant. That's literally on some biblical shit. Tommy Florida, Ouachita Academy, in the house. Salute tribe up. They say the remnant of the Nagas who had served with Colonel Nichols during the war, fugitive slaves from all the southern states as well as from the Spanish plantations in Florida, followed up the steps of the Indians and formed considerable settlements on the waters of Tampa Bay. They are the Indians. When the Indians went in pursuit of these Negroes, the fake Indians, the $5 ones, such as escaped, made their way down to Cape Florida. And the reason, they just see, look what they're telling you. They want to tell you that you was blending with a red man, with the fake Indians, with the $5 fakers, the white man Indian, dressing up to be Indians, talking about they painted themselves black. They want to tell you mixed with them, and here they go right here. They telling them they pursued you, and such as escape made their way down to Cape Florida and the Reef, where they were collected within a year past to the number 300. Number of them have at different times since been carried off by the Bahama wreckers to Nassau, but the British authorities having invariably refused to allow them to be landed, they have been smuggled into remote islands, and at this period large numbers of them are to be found on St. Andrews Island and the Baminis. The beginning of the tale touched upon by Charles Vignos in the 1820s can be traced to the final months of 1812. Spanish Florida, at least in its northeast corner, was embroiled in what is come to be known as the Patriot War. The struggle involved an attempt by Georgians and American-born residents of Florida, colonizers, to liberate East Florida from Spanish rule. A major incident of the war occurred on September 27, 1812, when a volunteer force of Georgians under Colonel Daniel Newman engaged a party of Seminoles and their black allies. Ain't no black allies, they is the blacks under King Payne near present-day Gainesville. After an indecisive day-long battle and several anxious days of waiting. Now, if the Negroes were slaves of the Indians, you think they would have been willing to fight for them? I mean, if the Negroes were slaves of colonizing slaves of the Indians, why the hell would they been escaping and going to the Indians in the first place?
You big dummy.
It doesn't make sense. See, the simplest thing that makes sense is the answer. The Indians that escaped, the Negroes that escaped slavery were Negro Indians, and they was going back to their tribes. They wasn't no Africans trying to blend in with some red man and mixing in, and then but then you look on rolls, nobody in the family mixed. The whole damn family list of 93 Negroes, and they want to tell you all these damn lies. Wait, where is that? Hold on. This is 93 Negroes. Never had a white master. The father, mother, and children. Never had a white master. And they not mixed. Indian Negroes. 93 Negroes, not mixed. So this I keep trying to make this point here. Because some of our people so brainwashed. They want to still put us in Africa, where we never been. They still want to say, yo, well, see, you was a escaped slave, and that's your grandma was a Cherokee, and all this goofy ass shit. They don't realize the Indian was the nappy-headed Negro. They don't even realize. They're trying to add people to the tribe. Hey, this is a long read too, because these are war records, man. I'm giving y'all these sources so y'all can study them yourself too, because like these live streams, man, we can't go live for 3, 4, 5 hours like some of these other goofy noggins that be on. I ain't got time to do all that. I'll give y'all this stuff so y'all can research it. We dabble in some of it, then we move on. And this source here was the Sarasota or Runaway Negro Plantation, Tampa Bay's first black community, 1820, 1821. If you want to find it, all you got to do is Google that. And it's here on video. You can always come back to it if you forgot. If you one of them noggins, man, that can't remember, you get on Google. What done that nigga was the Sarasota Negro. Nogga, you can go right back to the video, timestamp, and you can he go to source right there. And it's on there, and that go for every video. Check this one out. 1818. Fort Hawkins, September 16, 8. General E.P. Gaines this time. Enclosing a letter from Colonel Arbuckle. Can't be one of us, a nogger named Colonel Arbuckle. That ain't no indigenous nogger name. The fuck is an Arbuckle? Advising of the surrender of Indians and of sundry Negroes. See?
Neighborhood.
Hey, people fight. It's funny to me though. It's funny to me because we back in the thousands. That's why I be laughing, because it's funny. I be like, I laugh at the people that go against this. Whether they look like us or they look like the red man or they look like the white man. Anybody that going against this, boy, I laugh at them because they don't know what I know. That you can't avoid us. You can't talk about this. You can't talk this Indian shit for real and avoid us. You cannot avoid. You cannot avoid the nigga. You know what I'm saying?
Nigga.
I'm laughing because it's funny to me. They want to.
Darkness, everybody! Everyone! Darkness is spreading!
They want to detach us from the land so bad and attach us to Africa, but it will never work. It will never work. Encloses the letter of Colonel Arbuckle looking ass, Captain Crunch looking ass, Colonel Sanders looking ass, advising of the surrender of Indians and of some sundry Negroes brought in by the Indians. Also a letter from Little Prince claiming the property surrendered by the hostile Indians. Man, these people funny, man. These people funny, man. Sir, I am happy to have it in my power to inform you that by the report of Lieutenant Colonel Sanders, you received yesterday. I can't say Arbuckle every time. I'm gonna call now Colonel Sanders. Popeye chicken looking ass, no. KFC looking ass. Received yesterday, and of which I enclosed a copy number 1. I learned that near 300 of the hostile Indians surrendered at Fort Gadsden. Yeah, Gadsden. That's where my granddaddy Blackjack. My granddaddy Blackjack. My daddy was born in Gadsden. Salute to my knockers in Gadsden. I got family out there. And the latter end of last month, these Indians, however, being principally of what was termed the Red Stick Party, Their surrender does not, I think, materially change the aspect of things towards St. Augustine among the Seminoles. As given in the letter of Mr. Fitch communicated in my last, I have received a letter signed by the Little Prince and other friendly chiefs of the Creek Nation, claiming the property surrendered by the hostile Indians. See, the friendly was the white pale faces, fake Indians, the $5 Indians. The hostile, anytime you see friendly versus hostile, that's just saying white and black. The Negroes, the hostile.
Sit your $5 ass down before I make change.
And remember, they was enslaving hostile Indians. You got the fake Indians was their friends. I have not deemed it proper to admit their claim. I enclosed a copy of their communication with my see, and they send it's funny to me. They colonize the military and the friendly Indians and the hostile Indians. Next thing you know, they talking about they captured some Indians and Negroes. You know what I'm saying? Y'all see the bullshit that go on? They telling you friendly Indians than the hostile Indians. The next thing you know, you in custody. You an African now somehow or a Negro. Yo, we got the Negroes. They ain't talking hostile Indian. They ain't calling you a hostile Indian no more. As soon as your ass in custody. I enclose a copy of their communication with my reply number 2 and 3, which I hope will be approved. An order given for disposing of such of the property as may not be claimed and proven by white persons. See, man, always was a white and black thing. I keep telling y'all, man, the red man did not exist. That's fake. Fort Gaston, 31 August 1818. Sir, within a few days, 188 of the hostile nigglets from near Swanee have surrendered themselves at this post. Many of them are sick, and they are generally in a most wretched condition. I have ordered them with their nation and to report to the agent to whom I have written, and they will leave this tomorrow, accompanied by a military barge which I sent to Fort Gaines with a month's supply for all the Indians who have surrendered of late, being about 300 in number. Should they be longer fed by the government, provisions may be obtained on the Chattahoochee. Indians accompany Lieutenant Leftwich, who will take command of Fort Gaines on his arrival at the post. I shall be there about the 16th of next month, which will be near the time they will arrive. From the information given by the Indians who have surrendered, I have no doubt many more will be in shortly, and that the remainder will be glad to continue quietly. You have enclosed the names of several Negroes. See, man, you. They thought they lost us. They thought they lost out. This why the Fred man be coming in my video after the video over talking about, man, you disrespecting my tribe. Bitch, you ain't got no tribe, you fake $5. Sit your $5 ass down.
Your $5 ass down.
This ain't about you. This is about us. It's not about you. Several Negroes who were brought in by the Indians with the names of their owners so far as they can be ascertained. I shall detain those Negroes at this post until I am further advised. So what Indians brought them in? The friendly Indians. So who are the Negroes? The hostile Indians? They said, and have asked permission of the collector at Pensacola to ship them to the place should you deem it expeditiously. I have done this to give more convenience to their owners in obtaining them. Those at this place belonging to Indians have been conditionally purchased, and $50 advance on each of them, and $50 as a reward has been promised for the other Negroes. See, who the hostile Indians? They offering rewards for Negroes, or that they shall be returned to them if the money is not paid. From the prospect of many more of the hostile Indians surrendering, see, who getting captured and surrendering, see, they telling on themselves. They keep flipping the words. They telling you they done captured Negroes and selling them and all kind of shit. Then they switch. Yes, the most surrender of the hostile Indians. The Negro is the hostile Indian. The friendly Indian is the pale-faced white faker.
Sit your $5 ass down before I make change.
Blending in with the tribe because Nagas want to get along with everybody. I see right through this bullshit. From the prospect of many more of the hostile Indians surrendering, or Negroes, whatever you want to call them, I have returned the contractor to furnish an additional supply at a different post. He has failed to supply fresh beef, and I have ordered the assistant quartermaster, Captain Spencer, to purchase it. I expect to remain at Fort Gaines 8 or 10 days, where I hope to see or hear from you. I am, sir, very respectfully your. Nah, see, they be talking about they somebody obedient servant. I ain't finna read that blasphemy. Man, who the hell knocking on my door, man? I'm live, man. I ain't finna answer my door right now. I'm live on the show. Somebody should have called me, whoever that is. And I'm finna go peek though, y'all. I'm gonna peek, go see who it is, but I ain't answering the door though. Hold on, y'all. Hold on 1 minute. Let me go look, see who it is. Yo, who you looking for? What's up? Oh, y'all, right now we're on AC before?
Yeah, I need some AC work.
Hey man, I got my hand full right now. Right, you got something to write on? Text my phone. 904-383-0895. 0895. Send me a text right now. I got somebody on the phone. Send me a text and I'm gonna hit you back in about 30 minutes. You about to go to the house now? I kind of remember where you was at. Just send me a text. Yeah. Oh snap, man! I'm back. Damn. My knockers be hunting me down for some damn Freon, boy. Y'all knockers better, man. Y'all knockers better start waiting on the last man, knowing your AC broke. First off, this Florida, your hot ass, you wildin'. You knockers out here buying rims. You buying 80-inch TVs, you better get that Freon, knocker, your ass, cause you trying to catch me all the time. You might not catch me sometime, knocker.
You big dummy.
Right here. Popping up at my house got some Freon. I don't even remember where I was at, see? Our friend Major Hughes write to you this morning by your white boy Joseph and told you to talk from McCullough and told you what has been the custom with us and what was again determined by us before we went to war this last time against the Seminole Indians. The head man and chiefs now met at the factory assure you it was always with regret we saw the necessity of spilling the blood of our people. Their lives were always offered them if they chose to exit of us. The condition of their surrendering is well known among them. It is the law. It has been that of our nation that the property of the enemy taken in war or claiming mercy by surrendering gives us all his property, a person kind to the nation who are bound for his good behavior and responsible for any act. Any or either may commit a violation of our treaty with the whites. Salute with the whites, see?
Sit your $5 ass down before I make changes.
See, they don't be wanting, hey, talking about why you whispering, though. I be faking like I ain't home sometime, man. You know what I'm saying? Hey, certified sad shit in the house. I be faking like I ain't home sometime, y'all. These knockers be wanting that Freon. They be sometimes I don't be with that shit sometimes. Like, all right, let's see where we was at. Wait a minute. Arbuckle has written to me of many red sticks having surrendered on the 28th of last month with many Negroes. He does not understand our law. I wish you explain the same to him and request him to give the property of the Indians surrendering to the persons who may be sent to receive it. See, Negroes, man. Hostile Indians is the Negro. This source got quite a few components to it. Description of the sundry Negro, and this all you got. If you want to pull this source up for yourself, all you got to do is type in your Google search the description of sundry Negroes delivered at Fort Gaston by the Indians. See, they trying. That's like, you got to read between the lines. Don't sit here and think they talking about some red man. Description of sundry Negroes delivered at Fort Gaston by Indians. You could say that like, see, I'll try to make it where people can see what's really going on. They throw the word Negro, throw the word Indians to try to make a separation and not let you understand that the Negro is an Indian. Sometimes you even see the word Negro Indian. You can even say it like this: the sundry troops delivered at Fort Gaston by the military. The troops is the military, so the Negro is the Indian. Don't be fooled. Hey, Wale in the house. Don't be fooled. One Negro man, Abram, about 32 years ago. One Ditto Bob, aged about 20 years. One Negro girl, Nancy. One Ditto. What's a Ditto? Ditto mean, I guess, like Ditto. Negro Ditto. Yeah, these Negroes. One Negro man, John, says he belongs to a Mr. Wayne residing in Pensacola, aged about 50 years. One Negro man, Sam. Yeah. Peggy, a girl about 9 years old, the daughter of Kitty, and said to be the property of Bowlegs, was sold at St. Mark's. It was the selling Nagas. Nagas saying, "Nah, my mama is Betty Bowlegs." They like, yeah, F all that. Now these are actual documents. So I should download them and read them myself, because there's a lot of sources out here though, y'all. Now, I did this episode just to throw a bunch of them at y'all, like this. Just to show y'all, man, if y'all really want to know, role of Negroes capturing and return of citizens in the Indian country for reward to the Indian captors, 1837. Hostile Indians getting captured by friendly Indians working. What kind of Indian work with the colonizer? Fake Indian.
Sit your $5 ass down before I make change.
Then they got the nerve to tell you was intermarrying with a fake red man. Got the nerve to tell you was blending in with them and shit. Them fake alphas, they colonizers. They working with the colonizers because they are colonizers. The red man is from Euphrasia. He came across the Bering Strait. He is not the real Indian. You is. That's why they was capturing you. The white man wasn't capturing red men. That's his boy. That's his brethren. They was capturing you niggas. They wasn't capturing Africans. They wasn't bringing no booty scratchers way across the ocean. This document is an 1837 list of black freemen and slaves captured by the fake Creek Indians. Yeah, this a real one. You can print this out. Like on this one, they let's see if we can kind of see some of the stuff that's on it. You'll have to print this type here out. Or you have to just independent scroll around and try to read the cursor. Cause damn, look, they ain't got it transcribed for some reason. But I prefer it not to be transcribed. Actually, I rather transcribe it myself. There's a lot of these on here, man. I'm gonna give y'all the details though to tell y'all, like, if you want to pull this source up because you want to investigate this more, well, there it go. Role of Negroes. And look. This ain't even the real title. Look, they put stuff in parentheses. The real title is Negro citizens in the Indian country. Look. They put role of in parentheses. They put they gotta tell you The title was just Negro citizens in the Indian country. They done put well, this a role of Negro citizens, and he was captured and returned. They look at all that they put in parentheses. They have to that have to guide your mind somewhere. Why they gotta guide your mind somewhere? Negro citizens in the Indian country. Let's see what that bring back. Man, I just do all kind of search. I use look, the African diaspora in Indian country, man. You cut this shit out, man. Yeah, I be doing research. Sometimes I bounce off other stuff with research. I might take some other shit and rerun it in a different way. But man, yeah, a lot of these the real roads with the Negro, you ain't gonna find them because you probably looking the wrong way. First off, if you looking up black and all that kind of shit, it's not gonna work. You got it. I'll tell y'all. I'm giving y'all the secrets. You got to use Negro Indian, man. You ain't gonna get it no other way. That's your real title anyway, and that's the way you find most of this type of shit. You gotta put Negro Indian or even nigger Indian. If you put nigger Indian, you'll be finding crazy shit too now. But Negro Indian, you can't go wrong. You can just type Negro Indian in your Google. And you can pull up a gang of shit. Trust me, do it. Do it today. You know what I'm saying? Make the red man mad. You know what I'm saying? Because there's more material about you Negroes than it is about them. That's what's funny. They mad because you got more history than they do when it comes to this Indian. The Negro got more history as far as the Indian shit go than the fake $5 red man got. All they got is some damn football mascots and shit.
Your $5 ass down before I make change.
Big dummy.
That's all they got. They're not even tied to the N-word like you is. You directly tied to the N-word. Man, I'm gonna come back at y'all a little bit later, man. We'll see what this fool AC talking about. I'm gonna tax his ass too, man. I'm gonna see. You don't know, man. Now come and knock on my door. You get a knock on the door tax.
You big dummy.
Charge your ass extra $100 knocking on my door like this after I done got all work. Dunmore family in the house, salute. Hey, yeah, but I'm gonna get at y'all later, man. We out. Peace.